Good evening, Eagles fans, and welcome to your daily dose of Birds Buzz. I'm your host, diving into the heart of Philadelphia football with the passion this city deserves. Picture this. It's a crisp fall Friday in Philly. The leaves are turning green and white, and the Eagles are soaring high at 3-0 atop the NFC East. But hold on. Have you ever wondered how a team turns adversity into opportunity? Well, buckle up, because today we're talking about the latest roster shakeup that's got the link buzzing. The Philadelphia Eagles, fresh off that epic comeback against the Los Angeles Rams, erasing a 19-point deficit, no less, have just announced some key moves to patch up those injury holes. It's like the team is saying, injuries? What injuries? We're built for this. Let's break it all down, from the hits to the heroes stepping up. First off, a quick recap of the action. The Eagles took to X, formerly Twitter, but we all know it's still the spot for instant NFL drama, to drop the news. They've signed safety Marcus Epps, tight end Cam Latu, and cornerback Perry Nickerson Straight to the active roster. At the same time, they're placing cornerback Jacorian Bennett, wide receiver Darius Cooper, and outside linebacker Nolan Smith on injured reserve. And to bolster the depth, they've added linebacker Lance Dixon, defensive back Eli Ricks, and wide receiver Quez Watkins to the practice squad. This comes right on the heels of confirming Nolan Smith's injury status, a nagging arm issue that's flared up again. Folks, this isn't just paperwork. It's the Eagles reloading mid-flight, ensuring they're ready for a brutal stretch ahead. With games against the Buccaneers in Week 4, Broncos in Week 5, Giants in Week 6, Vikings in Week 7, and another Giants clash in Week 8, these moves are crucial. No team wants to lose key pieces, but Philly's front office, led by the wizardry of Howie Roseman, is proving once again why they're masters of the mid-season pivot. Now, let's dive deeper into these changes. Start with the guys heading to IR. Nolan Smith. Oh man, what a tough break for this young edge rusher. Drafted in the first round out of Georgia in 2023, Smith's been building that Bulldogs bite into the Eagles' defense. Last season, he exploded with 6.5 sacks, becoming a vital part of the pass rush alongside stars like Josh Sweat and Bryce Huff. But this year, he's got 10 tackles and a forced fumble through 3 games, yet 0 sacks so far. That recurring triceps injury, the same one he had surgery on in the offseason, popped up again, and now he's sidelined until at least Week 9, right around the bye week, per ESPN's Adam Schefter. Imagine the frustration. Smith's got that explosive speed off the edge, reminiscent of Eagles legend Reggie White, who terrorized quarterbacks with his Minister of Defense style back in the 80s and 90s. White, by the way, still holds the franchise sack record at 124. Talk about a bar to chase. Losing Smith hurts the defensive line's rotation, especially in a scheme under Vic Fangio that relies on fresh legs to pressure the QB. Without him, we're looking at more snaps for guys like Brandon Graham, the ageless wonder who's been with the Birds since 2010 and delivered that iconic strip sack in Super Bowl 52 against Tom Brady. Graham's 36 now, but his motor? Still revving like it's 2017. Then there's Jacorian Bennett, the cornerback we snagged from the Raiders this offseason. He's only logged 6 tackles in 3 games, but his speed and coverage skills were starting to shine in training camp. The injury details are under wraps, classic NFL mystery, but it'll keep him out for at least 4 games. Bennett's absence thins out an already banged-up secondary. Remember, the Eagles' defense has been tested early, with injuries forcing rookies and vets alike to step up. And don't forget rookie wideout Darius Cooper, who went down with a shoulder injury in the second half against the Rams on September 21st. As a fresh face in 2025, he hasn't hauled a reception yet, but his potential as a deep threat was exciting. Think of him as a younger version of Devonta Smith, that Heisman winner from Alabama, who's become Jalen Hurts' go-to guy with his silky routes and sure hands. Cooper's loss impacts the receiving core, already leaning heavy on A.J. Brown, the beast who just torched the Rams for over 100 yards. Brown's an alpha receiver, built like a tank at 6 feet 1 inch and 226 pounds, with a bio that screams superstar. Traded from the Titans in 2022, he's racked up back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in Philly. Without Cooper, we'll see more from veterans or perhaps Quez Watkins, who's back on the practice squad. Watkins, you might recall, had that breakout 2021 with 647 yards, but injuries derailed him since. Shifting to the reinforcements, and boy, are these signings smart. Marcus Epps is back in midnight green. Folks, this safety was an Eagle from 2019 to 2022, starting in that heartbreaking Super Bowl 57 loss to the Chiefs, 38-35, a game where Epps balled out with tackles and heart. After stints with the Raiders and Patriots, where he notched 85 tackles, 3 pass breakups, and a forced fumble in 20 games, he's returning home. He missed most of 2024 with an ACL tear, but now, elevated from a practice squad after 3 game day call-ups, Epps brings veteran savvy to a secondary that's been patchwork. He's like Brian Dawkins reincarnated in spirit. Dawkins, Weapon X, the Hall of Famer who defined Philly toughness with 37 interceptions and that legendary hit stick. Epps isn't at that level yet, but his knowledge of the system could stabilize things, especially with Jordan Davis dominating up front. Davis, that massive defensive tackle from Georgia, has been a beast this year, clogging lanes and allowing linebackers like Nakobe Dean to roam free. Next up, tight end Cam Latu. Talk about versatility. A 2023 third-round pick who spent his rookie year on IR with a knee injury, Latu's bounce around, including time on the Browns' practice squad. But in Philly, he's already seen action, playing 6 snaps in Week 2 against the Chiefs and stepping in as a fullback with Ben Van Sumeren out. Latu's blocking is his calling card. Strong, physical, perfect for Nick Sirianni's run-heavy offense that features Saquon Barkley, the former Giant who's absolutely shredding defenses in green. Barkley, signed this offseason, rushed for over 100 yards against the Rams, erasing that deficit with sheer willpower. Latu adds flexibility at tight end, backing up Dallas Goedert, who's one of the league's best with his YC ability. Yards after catch, for those new to lingo, meaning he turns short passes into big gains. Goedert's from South Dakota State, a small school gem like so many Eagles finds. And rounding out the active roster additions is cornerback Perry Nickerson, a journeyman with 33 tackles and 1 pass breakup across 29 games for 4 teams. His last gig was with the Dolphins in 2023 under Vic Fangio. Hey, that's our defensive coordinator now. Nickerson's familiarity with Fangio's zone-heavy schemes could be a game-changer for a secondary dealing with injuries. He's not a household name, but in Philly, depth wins championships. Think back to the 2017 Super Bowl run. Underdogs like Corey Graham and Patrick Robinson stepped up huge in the secondary, helping Nick Foles, yes, the backup QB who became a legend, hoist that Lombardi trophy. That went over the Patriots 41-33. Iconic, with a Philly special play that's now etched in NFL lore. To give you some historical context, this isn't the first time the Eagles have navigated injury waves. Back in 2004 under Andy Reid, they went 13-3 despite losing key players, thanks to Donovan McNabb's arm and a fierce defense. McNabb, the Syracuse product who led us to 5 NFC championship games, threw for over 31,000 yards in Philly. Stats that scream Hall of Fame potential. Compare that to now. Jalen Hurts, our dual-threat QB from Oklahoma and Alabama, is on pace for another MVP caliber season. Through 3 games, he's got completion rates hovering around 70%, with Barkley and Brown forming a trio that's drawing comparisons to the 2017 offense. Statistically, the Eagles' defense ranks top 5 in points allowed, but with these IR placements, we'll see if they can maintain that. Last year, injuries derailed a 10-1 start into an 11-6 finish and a wild card exit. Lessons learned, right? Expert opinions are split. Some analysts, like those on ESPN, say this depth test could forge a tougher unit, while others worry about the pass rush dipping below last year's 43 sacks. Let me paint a picture with some fictional flair. Imagine I'm chatting with Coach Sirianni post-practice. Look, he'd say in that fiery Philly accent, we're not just a team, we're a family. Nolan's a warrior, but we got guys like Epps who know what it means to wear this jersey. Fly, Eagles, fly. That's not just a chant, it's our DNA. Or picture fan at the Link tailgate. Man, losing Smith stings, but remember 98 when we turn around with young blood? This is our moment. Even Jalen Hurts might chime in. Adversity builds champions. Saquon's running like a man possessed, and with these new additions, We're locked in for the long haul. Looking ahead, these moves could reshape the season. With Smith out until the bye, the pass rush might lean on rookies or trades. Rumors swirl about bolstering the edge before the deadline. Implications for playoffs? Huge. The NFC East is a bloodbath. Rivalries with the Cowboys. Oh, that hatred dates back to the 60s, with epic battles like the 1980 NFC title game and the Giants, who've beaten us twice last year. Don't sleep on the Commanders either. If the Eagles navigate this without dropping games, they're Super Bowl contenders again. Predictions? I see them going 5-0 through this stretch, with Hurts throwing for 300 plus against the Bucks. But pop culture tie-in, this resilience? It's like Rocky Balboa getting knocked down but rising. Philly spirit embodied. Remember the Fly Eagles Fly chant? Born in the 60s, it's belted out after every score, uniting 69,000 at Lincoln Financial Field. That electric stadium opened in 2003. In closing, Eagles Nation, this is why we love this team. The grit, the comebacks, the unbreakable bond. Injuries test us, but they don't define us. Tune in Sunday for the Bucks matchup. It's going to be electric. What's your take? Drop in the comments. Subscribe for more Birds breakdowns. And remember, fly Eagles fly. Until next time, stay passionate. Philly.